Oh, yeah. Is that mom? She's trying to walk her.
I'm not at it. I don't know.
At your meetings, did it operate?
We haven't had it on, new meeting.
Who's our tech?
Michael.
Want to take care of after thing first? Yes. Yes, but the guys on Zoom, man.
He's here, so
Hi, Fred.
tell him we're starting.
Can we hear? Yeah, your screen.
Yes. Oh, John.
Yeah, like. You mean?
Okay.
You have like plans or something, or just like going around?
Yes.
The chief of something, a microphone, it's me. Lenora. The first
We were gonna start with you tonight. Our other first application which is not coming tonight.
Oh, yeah, let me call the August planning board meeting to order. First up on the agenda, the way station is, in case anyone's looking for that application, is canceled. They asked to be removed from the agenda for tonight. The first up is Blackburn Trust Timber Harvest. Who is it?
It's Spur Prentice is on.
Can you hear him at all?
Yes.
Let me shut,
Yeah.
let's, sorry.
Don't you do it.
Okay, can you hear me?
Let's hear about so. Excuse me one second.
Can you say hi?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, there's only. Yes.
Okay, excellent.
Turn.
Can I start?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, we just so that we can, if you're only on the laptop, the big TV isn't working apparently.
Okay,
So we can't really see it's, it's facing Trisha. So anything like visual we're gonna need to be looking at, or are you just gonna pretty much be talking?
no, I'm just going to be talking. I would imagine that the board has all of the materials that I submitted 5 or 6 weeks ago. So
Is there any map?
You would imagine.
It was in an email July 9th.
There is some.
Planning board, nine planes.
Okay, go ahead.
okay. My name is Christopher Prentice with Lower Hudson Forestry Services, representing the Kathy Jane Blackburn Trust. We're here today with an application for a commercial timber harvest, tax parcel 738,990. It's approximately
Warren, you wanna
78.
come up near the table? Hold on, actually, Chris, here, hold on 1 minute. We have to get Warren up near the table.
Can you put the microphone?
Can you do a Bluetooth speaker?
Probably.
I have one. Yeah. Two. Hold on, we're gonna get a Bluetooth speaker.
Okay.
Sorry. Have you tried a different HDMI cable? And it didn't work. What's the TV?
I tried connecting wireless here.
Have you tried your computer at home on your TV? But could you do that?
Oh, with the cord? Yeah, I could do.
You do it, see if it, so then we know it's the TV.
Okay. You wanna go to me?
Make our lives easier.
What section of the code is on timber harvest?
Yes. Trevor, you know the answer to that?
I don't. I'm gonna tell you about Gallatin.
Chris, do you know what section of our code has the timber harvest?
Ethan will be back.
Oh,
It says in the code book, it refers to a section, but it's not that section.
yeah, I don't.
He just,
don't know.
you don't know.
The only thing I know about the harvest is that anything over 50,000 board feet has to come to you. So that's as much as I know.
I don't know stuff about. Trying them out.
I'm looking at the grant. Hey, I like your shirt. Don't thank you. I think it's you reading how.
Yeah.
I do. Okay.
That didn't work. Okay.
There you go.
Connected.
Christopher, say something, please.
Okay, can you hear me?
No,
Connect.
it's definitely connected to that speaker.
It just can.
Can you say something again, Christopher?
Sure. Can you hear me? Okay.
Great work. Thank
Fair enough. Would you like me to start over?
Yes, please.
Okay. My name is Christopher Prentice with Lower Hudson Forestry Services, representing Kathy Jane Blackburn Trust. We're here tonight for an application of a commercial timber harvest on tax parcel 738,990. Parcel's approximately 78 acres, of which we are proposing the harvest on 42 of those acres. The trees to be harvested mix of hardwood and softwood, ranging in diameters from 8 to 38 inches. It's a total of 426 trees that are going to be removed, or 10 trees per acre. The tops will be slashed down to 3 foot high or lower. Property's been managed since 1988 under the New York DEC Forest Tax Law 488 program, certificate 13-069. So a professional forester has been managing this property for a long time. The last time it was harvested was in 2008. Erosion control plan for the property. There are some steep areas, some moderate slopes, so all the trails will be have erosion control devices installed as per the New York State best management practices for forestry. All the trails are pre-existing, so no new trails will have to be constructed for this project. There is a DEC classified stream and wetland in the far eastern portion of the property. No harvesting or skidding will occur within 800 feet of that wetland or stream. There's no rare, threatened, endangered species identified by the DEC. The property is not in a critical environmental area. Access to the property will be made via State Route 199 at the corner of Factory Lane and 199. There's a pre-existing landing that was constructed years ago and was used back in 2008. We'll be using that same landing again. We won't have to clear anything or do any excavation for a landing. It's expected 25 log trucks to complete the project, so probably somewhere in the range of 6 to 7 weeks if everything works out in terms of weather and timing. If you have any questions.
So the landing, that's when, so the logs are brought there and then processed, they cut up. What happens at the landing?
Yeah, so the logs are brought to the landing, processed, cut up, and then the truck comes and picks them up from the landing.
Those slash from these trees left in the woods?
Slash will be left in the woods, but lopped down to 3 foot high or less.
Question? Warren, do you have any questions?
Do we have an application?
Yes.
Oh, but
Very thorough.
I guess are you ready to schedule for a public hearing?
Hours of operation, Christopher?
We'll follow the town's, what's ever in the town code in terms of hours of operation. I'm assuming it's what, 7 to 6 and no Sundays or holidays. But like I say, whatever the town wants us to do, that'd be perfectly fine.
Yeah, so 7 also sounds a little early on on Saturday.
Gallatin, is 7 to 7, 7 days a week.
Mm.
Yeah.
Permanent.
No.
But this is like in like the town,
Right.
and near the hamlet.
Mhm.
Do you know offhand what it is, Eddie?
You know, is there something in like
I don't know offhand.
well, that's an item to look over.
What was it for, the solar?
A little later.
We gave that though, like, yeah, there's nothing in the code, we just.
That 8
Yeah.
something, right?
8 to 6, I think.
Yeah. So, I don't know. George, you have any questions?
No.
All right, so I have a motion to set a public hearing for this at the next meeting, which is when?
September 9th.
September 9th at 7:30.
Make the motion.
Second.
Rory with the second. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Do we have a secret form?
Yeah, I'm sure it's in here.
So is this, are there any other involved dates?
Wow. I knew they had it in their application. No commercial logging operations or removal of products shall take place between the hours of 8 PM and 8 AM.
Okay.
All right.
Monday through Sunday?
So 8 PM to 8 AM. That's what it says.
Okay.
Mhm.
I don't, like I say, have any issue with abiding by those, that time.
That's in your application, Chris.
That's in my
Oh, no.
application?
Sorry.
It's included in the packet. On
No,
the second to
no,
last
actually.
page.
What's that, Warren?
No other permits are required other than this.
Well, it comes out on Factory Lane, is that where it comes out?
No.
199.
It's out on 199.
Yeah, so they'll need a temporary,
Like, where people park.
What is it?
temporary entrance permit from the DOT if they're in,
Did you hear that, Chris?
Yep, I can get that.
This is one of the exempt, we don't have to send this to the county. This is one of the exempt things, or do we have?
Is it part of the exemption agreement? I don't have a copy of the link.
silviculture practices, essentially farming.
No. Is it exempt from secret? No.
I don't know if it's exempt, we see.
No, from the two
I think it
39
would be exempt from a referral though.
They have a.
Yeah.
And why?
A plan in place already, though. It's not, this isn't the first to.
Right.
It's on 199.
So it's a state road.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna have.
Yeah,
to
they were
get
delayed in there before, I'm sure they'll give them a temporary permit.
temporary, whatever is required, but I don't think that they would be considered an involved agency. Trying to think whether we have to do a coordinated secret,
So it takes, so like I say, it's essential.
We've done so many of these
Essentially a
logging
farming
things.
Mhm.
So you also have to accept the part 1 of the EAF and declare yourself the lead agency for the secret review.
Then I have a motion to accept the part one of the EAF and declare ourselves lead agency for the secret review.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? All right, yeah, now lead agency. Is there anything else we need to do or just?
Not tonight.
All right, so you're all set, Christopher, for next month to have a public hearing.
Okay, I appreciate it. In the meantime, I will contact DOT.
Very good. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Except for two.
What are you looking up to?
It's a new secret form
New secret form.
to see if the record is submitted to the new one at all.
We can check. I don't have part one.
Is it included in the package?
Yeah.
There is a form, we just don't know if it's the new one.
Get out of my phone.
What's the
You
difference?
wanna see it?
Yeah.
This is my copy, I need that.
Yeah, we need this back. This is
Is it a full?
No, sure.
Sure. Full.
The municipal warrant looks at that. Does anyone have any changes for the minutes for last month? I have a motion to accept the minute.
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Minutes are accepted.
Do you know what's different on them?
Yeah.
I can't tell. Why don't we accept this and then if it turns out that I'll compare. You sent me a packet.
Yes.
Take a look
I
at
don't think the date was on it.
I could
Sometimes you see the date at the bottom of
Yeah,
2019 versus 2026.
All right, so next up on the agenda is Scene Properties. I understand we have, I guess Warren, we have members representing Scene as well as an attorney representing the neighbor.
Right. And do we have a map that we can?
Wesley, do you have the map?
No, after speaking with the board and coming to our conclusions, I did not have time to get the application in the 10 days prior. So the plan of attack was to bring the map with the amended application with amended application for equipment storage to also include parking of of trucks of delivery of propane fuel oil, and the other things that go with the Crown Energy business. But that, yes, next month, the plan was to bring in an application, have a new site plan to present to the board as well.
So we don't have that now.
Not yet. It was done.
Can't move forward.
Okay, but we have the attorneys here to talk about.
And are they still operating the new facility?
I'd rather speak to you.
From what George and I witnessed at the site visit, yes, there are oil trucks and propane trucks. So should we talk about the representative from the, I mean, are we gonna talk about the driveway maintenance agreement at all, or are we?
Yeah, we can. I'm just interested in knowing why they didn't have the application.
I believe-
tonight.
I think Wesley just
We've been going
finished,
at this for several months.
right, they just finished the survey. And
That I did.
working on drawing it. What was it, now the easement was on the map you submitted the last time or not?
It was not on the map. It was because it was a site plan approval. It was a simpler drawing of just the site, the building conditions. I didn't do a full survey of the site at that point. It was more of a site plan with some survey data on it. But this will be a full one to include all that.
I thought there was a map submitted at one point. I
But
remember
it-
seeing it. And I
Yeah.
remember it had the 10-foot dash to even on it.
I submitted the map.
Yeah. I remember seeing that.
So the map will include the location of the existing easement and the traveled way that's being used.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
And
It'll show everything. I flew it with a drone. It's probably the most concise picture that you've ever seen. And so, I mean, I can show you stones that big on the picture. It'll be very detailed. And that's why it's not here in front of you today. It's because it will be a detailed map.
so maybe while we have Tom here, you can fill us in on what's going on with the driveway maintenance agreement. if anything?
So, Tom Angel, I represent Gallatin Barnes Creation Inc., which is the owner of the property in front of Scene's property, for which they drive every day. My client is not opposed to what they're doing back there, but he is concerned about the driveway that goes across his property. Particularly this past winter, it got very bad condition. There is only a 10-foot easement. I think you were out there and marked it out. I was there recently. I saw the stakes in the ground, and in the front of the parcel closest to 199, the easement is along the driveway. It's only 10 feet wide, and towards the rear of the property, maybe the last half to a third, it veers off to the left, and it's just dirt, and it's not level. It's not a driveway at this point. It would be a pathway. When I was there recently, looking at the property with my client, there's quite a bit of traffic on that road. I was there around 8 o'clock in the morning, and there was quite a bit of traffic going back and forth.
On the driveway or?
On the driveway, yeah. Trucks, passenger vehicles. There's no way, in my estimation, that a 10-foot driveway would work on that parcel unless you had stoplights on either end and people waiting on 199 taxes, because there'd be no way for two vehicles to pass on that.
If it was
the 10
confined to the 10-foot.
Right.
Right now, the driveway is.
It's
like 20
fine. The
feet?
way it is, yes, it's fine. So, now my client is willing to expand the easement. However, he's looking for the roadway to be paved so that it will hold up with all the traffic. And that is where hasn't been agreement regarding maintaining that road after it's been constructed. And I don't know that there's full agreement on what exactly needs to be constructed. I looked at your what I believe was your common driveway ordinance, and from what I could see, maybe Wesley can correct me if I got this wrong, it looks like it requires 16-foot width for a common driveway. And so it's not that. So that's driveway is one issue. The other issue is there's problems with drainage from their property. It's higher than my client's property, and there was a heavy rainstorm. I put this in a letter, Warren. I don't know if you distributed it to the board. There was a heavy rainstorm. They built a retention pond close to the boundary of my client's property, and it failed. The retention pond failed. I don't know the date that it failed. I'm assuming it was on the day that it flooded, and that flooded the back of his lot, and then it entered into his building. So I don't know if the site plan that I asked Warren this question, he didn't know the answer, had any engineering on it regarding stormwater or how it was going to be handled.
That retention pond was not on the site plan. It is something added by Scene, I guess, to address the water that was going on to your client's property.
Yeah. So for whatever reason, it just created a bigger problem than what was there previously. So that was one issue, the retention pond. The other issue is that it drains when there's heavy rain. It actually drains down from their property onto my client's property. I don't think that caused the flooding that he experienced. I think that was the retention pond. It wasn't there. I don't know for sure, but would seem like that's what happened. And
You're saying the water flowing downhill is a problem.
yes,
Yes.
it is. It leaves their property on the driveway, the common driveway, and flows down into my client's property.
So there, when we did the site visit, we saw, George and I saw these. Drainage pits, whatever they are, what are they called? The drains?
Catch basins?
Catch basins. And on like the corner, near the corner of your client's building.
Yes.
And which runs to another one which he filled in.
Correct. So that one that he filled in was just drains onto his own property. It doesn't go anywhere else.
Was that draining
And
to
the
the
water-
low area? Was it?
I think not to the front. It was draining towards 199, not towards the back rear
Oh.
of the building.
Well, those are pretty, all right, so then he filled that one in to stop it from going to 199?
He just didn't think it was effective, and also he wanted to see. There had been some complaint about the easement, that was on the easement, and there was some complaint about them not being able to cross the easement with the catch basin there.
Okay. But they're not crossing the easement at that point anyway.
They're not, but that was a
Right.
comment that was made to him
Okay.
at one point, and so that's how he addressed that particular issue. My own opinion is, of course, yours make the decisions here, is that it needs to be engineered. There needs to be an engineer to come out. It's a pretty big area of disturbance when you put in that whole parking lot there and so forth. And the drainage needs to be figured out, and the driveway needs to be figured out.
Well, that parking lot was there, was it not?
It was expanded. My understanding is that quite a bit of fill was brought in. If you look at the.
I know the berm was built,
Yes,
but that was on the site plan.
okay.
Sorry, go ahead, it's interrupting.
So that's from what I understand is that predating the current occupant, it was a dairy farm. And that there was no need for a large parking lot there. And prior to it being a dairy farm, it was some sort of hunting lodge, and they didn't have a big parking lot. So that's my understanding of how that went. Obviously you have more familiarity with it than I do, but that's.
I would just make the comment that the big hunting lodge was not where the dairy barn was. It was where the parking area was. So there's still quite a bit of concrete left there. There was also silos there. There was a lot of infrastructure that went along with the dairy farm there as well. So
I would say that from our site visit back whenever this application started, it looks relatively the same, right, George? I mean, you remember? We did the site visit. It was at night, it was raining.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kate, you remember it. It's,
Think there was any, I don't remember any proposed parking lot. Construction though. I thought that parking all pretty much existed.
We can ask-
Maybe put some gravel,
there's some gravel maybe put down,
maybe put some more gravel on top, but I think
but anyway, go ahead, so.
So that's my client's concern for those two things, that the water that's on that property remain on that property. And that whatever driveway is gonna be put in meets your specs and is appropriate for the volume and the nature of the traffic that's crossing his property. And my client's position is that the current driveway is not appropriate for the level of traffic and the type of traffic that's crossing the driveway.
So your client would like to see it paved, is that what it is?
He is wanting it to be paved. He thinks that would be a way to make sure that it would stand up in all weather.
And then look to develop whatever agreement having, you're gonna move the easements and match what's there?
Correct.
And has there been an agreement that the driveway will be paved, or
There's been discussion regarding the driveway being paved, and I don't want to speak for seeing. Maybe you're to speak for him, but the hang up was who is gonna maintain it. And my client's request was that they maintain it for the first 10 years. Then after that, it'd be split. The reason he wants 10 years, is he believes if they have a responsibility for 10 years, they're gonna build a road that's gonna hold up for 10 years. So that was his thinking.
So he wants them to, sorry, I was, it's, wait, what? So 10 years, he's gonna maintain it for 10 years, and then split the maintenance.
After 10 years.
Have seen maintenance.
Is there like,
Right, seen.
okay,
But have you, you haven't agreed,
There's no agreement. Yeah.
and when you refer to the specs for the common driveway, you're referring to the ones that are in our highway specification?
Yes,
manual?
that's what I saw.
Yeah,
but did we read, what Rory was asking, like, when we read that before, when you read that to us?
I
did it
didn't
require?
read that to you before.
The driveway is 16 feet, but the easement minimum is 30 feet, you said?
In our specs, the easement is much wider than, I don't remember, it was 2 feet, 36, I think. It's 32 feet, but the
Driveway had, yeah.
the
it
paved
doesn't have
driveway
to-
was 16. And there are other,
So is that the
There's
size
other
of easement we're talking
specifications.
about?
I'd have to review the exact details of my client, but again, he's not interested in frustrating their activities. That's not his interest. His interest is not having water drain onto his property, and he's interested in a road constructed to an extent that it doesn't deteriorate in with all the traffic, particularly in the wintertime.
If we were to create to modify the easements, would we be able to make it non-conforming to what our specs are? Or would that not be something?
non-conforming or conforming.
Well, it's because
If it's-
30.
if the new-
old is
If it's
36.
pre-existing non-conforming, then our pre-existing non-conforming clause, I think would entail there that it was existing before the zoning was made, therefore you cannot then enforce that law at that point.
Is
right?
there 30, what'd you say, 32 feet? Is there 32 feet?
What is the width of the driveway as it currently exists, Wesley?
Well, a common driveway maintenance agreement, I
No, no,
would,
no.
I would
No,
believe.
how big is the
Right now,
driveway?
traveled way is how wide?
The from edge to edge,
Yes,
According to
like
the
a front, when it,
maybe 30 feet at that one spot. I thought I would. It's a road is 22, you know, like and any town road could be as little as 18. So it's a little wider there. It's pretty wide. I would guess 25, 26 feet from edge to edge.
So it's close to that,
All we require is 16 feet.
right, but it would require an easement bigger than
Easement,
that. We don't
I'm
care
not so
about.
worried about.
Okay. That's great.
You know, the easement can be the width of the driveway and then, you know, a few feet on each side. It doesn't have to be that way. You can waive that requirement. But I want to make sure everybody looks at the specs, to make sure that what you're doing, what you're planning.
I mean, I think
conforms to.
what I would say is that if an engineer were to come in and be aware of what type of traffic and the amount of traffic that's on that road and would propose some other service than asphalt, thinking that it would hold up. And my client would consider it. I mean, I can't, without talking to him and getting his definitive, but I would, you know.
I agree with you. If I'm my friend lived in that building and rented from those people for a long time. And anytime a car goes by on any dirt road, the dust comes up, it hits the windows, it dirties the building, it makes it harder to breathe. I couldn't agree with you more that pavement makes sense for any through traffic going by any building like that. And I would hope that Scene's ownership would understand that as well.
Okay, but that.
Who do you represent?
I'm seeing, I'm the one on the application that you have.
Oh, okay.
in
I
your
thought you
file.
just
But I'm gonna speak to Michael.
Scene's ownership, like.
So. All right, And is for this expand, or is to make this, is your client asking for like monetary compensation also for
The
the?
only compensation he's asked for in terms of money is that my legal fees paid for.
All right.
So has that amount been shared? So do they know?
Well, of course, every time I come to that meeting,
They know.
they're aware of, you know, what's been spent, but. I mean, just to give you a little bit, you know, back it up a little bit. I mean, my client and Scene's ownership, they're friends. I mean, for decades. I mean, my client has tried to kind of work this out, just friend to friend, and it's for
It
whatever
pains me to
reason.
see members of the community.
What?
It pains me to see members of the community, especially ones that are close like that, at each other's throats like this.
Well, I don't know if they're at each other's throats, but there's obviously an impasse, and it wasn't, you know, from my client's point of view. I mean, he was trying to work something out with them, and actually, you know, there are lots of things he could do right now to make life difficult for them if he decided he wanted to do that, which he hasn't done. He wants this to be worked out fairly, and I don't think it's unreasonable to. I know, you know, in our town, I'm chairman of the planning board. I mean, that's with
My sympathy.
I mean, drainage is an issue, and it shouldn't be going off one person's property onto another unless it's in some sort of regulated waterway of some sort. So, you know,
I don't think we were aware of that.
I would say yes,
But
that
now
any
we are.
design that causes that is the case, but I would also make the comment to the board that, you know, that's one of the lowest places is building in Pine Plains, so everything runs off of where the Ford garage is and it runs into that. Everything runs everywhere. The only lower place is the pond, the swamp next to the entrance for the town garage. So I understand that there is drainage issues and the drainage issues have to be worked out. I also understand that the culverts aren't working as they should or used to back 20 years ago. And all that stuff has to be looked at and kind of sorted out and between Scene and your
I
client
can just add,
and come to some sort of understanding. I'm hopeful that I can talk to both parties and kind of make headway. I know them both. I know them both very well. I'm no pundit to the attorneys, but they haven't really gotten too far. Both sides have, in my opinion, dug in their heels a little bit and haven't made any headway. So people are on vacation right now. I can't talk to them. The reason that we have not been Scene has not been in front of you is they've been waiting for this issue to get sorted out. It hasn't gotten sorted out. Hopefully there's a way that it can get sorted out relatively quickly. But in the meantime, I'm going to come to you with this application and move it forward to get that kind of equipment sorted.
So
it's the last thing I can mention. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but with respect to the drainage in the rear part of the lot, there was a catch basin there, and the pipe was blocked when the Scene did their most recent regrading of the property. So
you mean with the retention pond?
that whole area back there, the drainage pipe was stopped, blocked. So
Where does it come from?
comes from my client's property. And then it's not clear to me exactly, you have the map up there, parcel access thing. It's in the back rear corner of the property. And it's not clear to me exactly where it was draining down right at the
Generally what was happening was everything was coming off of here. It was caught in a catch basin here, went to a catch basin here, went to a catch basin here, went to a catch basin on the corner of your client's property, and then went through a culvert pipe and drained out into the corner of Scene's property back when the building was first built. I'm not sure what maintenance has been done since then. Again, the two people have to get together to come up with a solution that's amicable for both of them, and figure it out. each one has desires of what'll make their sites better, and rather make it more difficult on each other. It would be a lot better if they could get their heads together and
I
and
mean,
come together.
there's no problem there and
Does the client have any suggestions about the drainage or no?
What-
Just
what-
wants it fixed? Or does he?
well, in terms of drainage, I mean, if you have a retention pond, it should be constructed in a way that when it has a rainstorm, it doesn't break and flood your neighbor's property. So that seems to be a fairly reasonable request.
Where was the retention pond?
They,
Right on the corner.
they put it in, they just.
Down here.
So we could rely possibly on an engineer
Yes.
to make comments.
Is that the
What
end
if,
of the
can we
process?
ask Dean here if that's okay?
That would be the town.
Yeah.
Wesley, do you believe, so the attorney for the Gallatin Creations, if this is okay, Michael?
Yeah, fine.
Express 5 different things that are needed for the agreement. First one is that there's an engineered solution for the paved area and the surface water. A 10-year agreement and the payment of legal fees. Are those within the realm of what's possible?
I haven't been privy to all of the negotiations back and forth. I think I thought they were 90% there at one point, and I was coming in with the application. And I'm not here with the application, so it didn't happen. I thought they were very close. That's all I can say.
So, but, okay. So
So
then,
just so it's clear, my client's position is they pay for maintenance of the driveway for 10 years. After the 10 years, it'll
It's shared.
split 50-50. They're not asking for.
when you say pay, you mean just do it, right?
Right, just what, plow the snow. I mean, 90% of the traffic is theirs. They're running heavy vehicles over this driveway. My client's concern is that it be constructed in a way that would hold up and that they would be responsible for it. And then after that 10-year period, he'd split the cost of that going forward.
But also the property is for sale too, right?
We'd go with run the property.
Wrong with the.
Why did we not do a SWIP in the first place? Because
Because they didn't do it, they didn't disturb him.
and everything that they put in was permeable.
No.
Pretty much everything that they put in was gravel.
Well, gravel is not
Impermeable.
considered permeable by the DEC. Unless you're a solar farm, then magically it changes.
The building was there, right? They just like.
Yeah.
Kind of
Yeah,
finished it, closed
building
building
and existing parking, and again, they can put new gravel
the
on top of
concrete
it.
pads from the different buildings
Right.
and silos were all there.
That doesn't count as disturbance.
What was the thing they filled in the poop?
Slew.
They didn't really fill it in, they tore it down, but it was a slurry tank, and again, when my friend lived there. The smell of liquid cow crap can be quite
What was underneath
overwhelming,
that?
so. The amount of what it used to be to what it is today, in my personal opinion, it's 100 times better.
What was under the slurry tank? Was it just?
It was
concrete?
concrete, but it was in a metal, the metal is a bottom,
So is the concrete still there?
yes.
Is that this concrete
Yeah.
building? Yeah.
Well, I mean, it sounds like, you got the parties from what you guys are reporting sound like this is workable.
I think so, but my own opinion is that if you were to kind of give some direction here, it would go a long way to resolving the problem. So the direction would be, two things. One is, what are the requirements for a common driveway in the town of Pine Plains, given this particular site? And what is your position regarding off-site drainage of water from one property to the other, and in the context of this application?
Could we see the change of use, sorry, with this new application, maybe bring the SWIP into play? Was that
Yeah,
something that's seen with,
the new application's gonna,
that might be.
address all of these issues.
It's an owner's one.
we'll have to.
That would be a question for the board of what you wanted, if you wanted engineered plans of what's happening with the drainage and where it's going, I would refer to George to be able to review those and look at those.
So we can require a SWIP, just that, because
They'd have to disturb an acre.
Yeah, so how can,
You can look at stormwater runoff.
right,
That's not the same as requiring a SWIP.
right.
That's what we're talking about
Yeah.
is stormwater.
So,
But that could be a condition.
So in other
of
words, that one
an
spot that
application
looks
that
like
we
it would be
agree to,
running
right?
down would have went to that former catch
Yeah,
basin.
but you can make that decision as a board.
The solution there would be.
Without having-
I see what you're saying.
Again, that pond that breached was not an engineered pond. It was not something that the board requested. I think someone was trying to be accommodating, or they thought they were trying to be accommodating. And my recommendation would be fill that sucker in. Don't
It divert the water
back a bunch of
to
water.
the wetland somehow. Yeah, don't store it there.
right, so we would, in the application, we need some sort of engineering.
How come it doesn't go down into the town?
I'd go the other direction. It's just planted toward.
Below.
I know, why doesn't it go down there?
That's where it needs, that's probably where finally.
Across the town garage.
The other
parking
thing
lot?
Yeah,
I would think it would go down.
No, there's a divot before the parking lot.
Yeah,
yeah, you can't direct it where it doesn't currently go. That's a big.
I know, but it's weird. Why wouldn't it go down?
Right.
I'm just saying, why didn't it go that way?
That's more
Well,
down.
Right into the salt shed.
when you approach the building, it's slightly uphill from the driveway up to the building. It's slightly uphill. And you watch it, the water comes down out of the gutter, it comes down off that roof, and it goes down towards the front and then to the left. And it goes into a catch basin there, which who knows where that goes. And then on the other side of the building, it heads towards the ill-constructed retention pond.
The other thing I would say,
With all due respect, there was a substantial amount of 4 inches of rain not too long ago.
Very
With all due respect, it's been draining the same way for the last 1,000 years. And it's not something that scene has made to
When did
open
I
up
say-
area
I
to
never
get
said-
more
I never
things.
said
I understand
That's
that
the
there
catch
needs.
basin.
Well, I didn't say that they created it. I'm
I'm just-
describing how the property is.
And we also heard that we think the failure of the
Yeah,
retention
there,
pond
I
is
think,
what
so that
maybe
comes
caused
down
the
off of
flooding
that it goes
that went into the
across.
building.
Over toward the
Yes.
right.
Which I disagree with too.
Oh, this is this drawing, right?
Yeah, this is the site plan, but
Yeah, go.
It was interesting to hear your comment, Warren, and I hope both you guys walk away here that
that's the. only-
Warren feels comfortable allowing the board to waive the 32-foot or 36-foot easement requirement.
Well, I don't know. I mean, we have to look at it, but you have that ability here.
Okay,
To do that.
which is, that's good to hear that.
In our specs,
Okay.
it
And then you
does
have
state
board garage.
that you
And
have
that
the ability to waive.
There's water and a
requirements.
truck. These truck is like hanging over the edge.
the thing I just want to mention is the retention pond that my client filled off, which is in the easement. The water that was flowing down the driveway was not hitting that. It was going off to, as you face their building, 199, it's
Whose
coming off
building?
the right. Steam's
Okay.
building. It's faced from 199, it was flowing to the right. You could see where the debris was left if you were out there since the rainstorm. It was up to the right. In my pictures that I sent you, it's.
So you're talking about here, the first time that your client came to my office the day afterwards, most of what happened was it came down here and then because this catch basin couldn't take all of it on this side, it ran down the driveway to the catch basin that no longer functions to here, which caused it to run down into the back and it filled up. And that was the first time. The second time we had a substantial amount of rain, that was a little while later. I did see a lot there, but obviously I agree with you that there's more to be done with drainage there to prevent that from happening.
And we're only gonna get more storms. It's not like that's gonna go, like, yeah, it's not gonna just.
So if we ask that part of their new application process is if they can't do a SWIP, it's not 1 acre, then add more catch basins towards that back
And
end.
just
property
address
where
the
it's-
stormwater
you-
runoff that's happening.
And address those issues without a split.
Right.
Okay. And
Well, that's probably
was
easier
it,
than
what was
doing
the
a SWIP.
second thing?
Much easier.
The driveway, what are your requirements for the driveway? So,
So the requirements for the driveway would be a driveway appropriate to handle 10 to 15 large trucks going in and out plus personal vehicles on a daily basis.
Is your question referred to width or
Like,
what
I think
building material?
whatever driveway, do you have to get with an
Yeah.
engineer?
But what, it's
What
all,
they made out of?
it's all set forth in the highway specs. There's all kinds of specs
Can we,
for the driveway.
What
It
is-
doesn't mean that we're going to impose all of those requirements.
But whatever is there has to be adequate to handle the intensity of use of what,
It's pretty detailed.
right? Warren, do you agree with that?
What?
It has to be, whatever they put for the driveway has to be adequate to handle the intensity of use they're looking
Of
to put
course,
there, which is
absolutely.
propane and fuel trucks
Absolutely.
and personal movers.
so they gotta build up a base and then add.
We do understand that Dillinger's farm had the biggest tractor in Pine Plains that was going over that on a daily basis, pulling, I don't know how many gallons of liquid manure over top of that, over and over and
my
over
client-
each day.
Okay,
Uh,
right, but
My client disagrees with that. He said the only vehicle when it was a dairy farm was going over was the milk truck. That was it. And was covered off in the milk truck.
But none of that matters. The
Yeah.
use
And what
changed.
why not look
I don't,
forward with the
again,
statement?
what I said is.
Why not look forward?
Worry
Why-
about that.
Why litigate the past in that way?
Why litigate the what?
The past.
The past in that way.
I'm just saying that the driveway base is a good base, obviously, the one that's there that's been used, that, and it's very wide, it's very big, so. When you're talking adequacy, is it about the number of vehicles, or is it being able
I'm
to
not
hold
an
those big
engineer.
trucks? I'm just saying that those big trucks, are much smaller than the tractor and the liquid
So,
crap tank that used to go over.
so
That's the
if
point I'm trying to
it's gonna get paid, it's gotta hold up to the traffic, right?
Correct.
And someone with a degree, in engineering, is going to draw those things up, who's not George. And say, yeah, this is what you need, right? Right. Well, that's what we're gonna look for, and it's someone to say like, okay. You know, the runoff that's happening there. It can be handled in this way so that hopefully it mitigates any impact on garbage. That sound right?
That sounds very good. I just
Okay.
want to make progress. Thank you.
All right, I appreciate you guys coming in and we look forward to having that application and the map and all the things. And hopefully your clients can,
Could an
Work
agreement
this
in
out.
principle be struck even if the engineering hasn't happened in the next 30 days before the September 9th meeting?
I mean, I had thought, like Wesley had thought that we were very, very close. Warren had asked me, in July it was. And I thought we were very close to an agreement. We just didn't have anything written up, but after, I'm thinking that it went
Yeah.
sideways. Like I said.
And record rate.
And I haven't heard anything from anybody.
Is there an interest in resolving it quickly from your guys then?
How to phrase it, my opinion. The way, these are friends of mine, these are borderline family of mine, like, somehow I found myself in the middle of it, and I would not like to be in the middle of anything, so I've tried to recluse myself. I'm at the point now where I feel like I need to sit them both down in a room and say, come on, what are we doing here? Let's make something happen. We both need whatever, something, let's do it. So whether I can make that happen, I'm hopeful that maybe I can, but I can't tell you that I can.
I think if your minutes reflect the discussion that we had tonight, I think it will help move things forward.
that's great. And hopefully everyone's reasonable. Can be reasonable with each other. All right, thank you, gentlemen.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so. No, Warren, you're not free to go.
We're done. Oh, I've been released.
You know, we're going to. Adjourn the meeting, I want to go back into attorney client. For a different petition.
But you want to do it, attorney client?
Yeah.
I thought I was free.
What, you have something?
Broken record, Ethan, Stissing Farms.
Oh, yeah, did you hear anything about Sissy Farms?
No. No, I think at the time they, have come that we have to send them violation notice.
What's the violation then?
The violation.
Is that they're renting?
Yeah, if they're not in compliance.
Because if we keep kicking the can down the road, we are going to be screwing over 50 families. And we've already run into this issue with this property.
And it could
We're gonna be
get
kicked
very
out of there, right? We'll be causing them to be kicked out.
We need an answer. We need an answer.
You know,
I'm not
maybe,
saying we have to, it has to be definitive tomorrow that they have to, but we need an answer or we need a plan.
maybe, I mean, I sent them an email, maybe a formal letter from the planning board. Asking them to come to the next meeting. What I'm concerned about is how they're gonna deal with the renters that are in there. And if they are renewing these leases, I don't see any way out for them. So it's gonna be years before they're in compliance, if they are. I think they're probably happy with having it as a rental.
So can
They
they,
should have, that's what they should have applied for.
But right, they didn't. So
They didn't.
they're,
so do you think they would want, I mean, after they finally got this done, you think they would go back?
Who
to
knows?
rent?
I can't figure out what's in their mind.
even if it does take them years to come into compliance with what their intended use is, what's their plan going forward?
I mean, their argument is, I can tell you what their argument is gonna be. They're gonna say, well, they're condominiums, we own the condominiums and we're permitted to rent them out. It's bullshit.
Does the AG's office
Yeah,
agree?
that's not what,
But as
Doesn't
a
the
town,
AG's office need to enforce this? Why are we enforcing it?
they won't enforce anything.
But why is it up to us to enforce?
Huh?
Why is it up to the town to enforce?
yeah, as, I mean.
Because that was a condition of approval. We
That the town
approved this thing 800 years ago. On the grounds that it was gonna be a condominium for sale, was not to be a rental unit.
But we
so-
think that was an error now, do we not? Do we think that was an
No, it's,
error?
you know, it's
Does the
marketable.
board, does it exist now?
I mean, you know, they've changed this thing 7 times.
Right, so it was a condo, and remember, it was condo for older people, and then it was I can't remember which one came first, and then not for over 55.
Yeah, there
They
was,
asked that to be removed, then they changed it to rentals. And then, that was when there was only 10 units, and then they came back with this new ownership group. And then asked for it to go back to being a condo and to finish the,
if you want the history, if you read the last resolution that the planning board passed,
It's
I
exhausting.
went through the whole history of it, so it gives you the sordid details as to what happened. And it's just been a screw up. And, you know, if they wanted to come in and do a rental project, that's what it should have been for the start.
Would we be open to them coming to us and saying, we want to revert to a rental project? We should reverse
And
that.
that's up to the board, you know, at that time,
I would be okay with that. It seems
It
like we
was- it
need
was
to
submitted-
how the board feels.
the reason why the original board wanted it as a condominium, if I remember correctly, is because they felt that would have less impact than a rental, the pure rental.
What type of impact? What was the, what
Because people
specific
own
impact?
their properties and they take care of them, renters don't always do that. So they were really desirous of having it
That's true.
for sale.
That was.
now we're talking about
Wasn't that
20
the
years.
original?
Yeah.
We're talking about 20 years, ago, not this.
A long time ago.
Yeah, but I think they just came with that plan.
You know, they went through different iterations of ownership.
My concern is that if they go and enforce the condo, is it condos or townhouses?
Condos.
Condo. If they go in and start enforcing the condominium plan. There's no rentals out there. There's very few rentals, and we're gonna upend a lot of people.
But-
Won't be able.
But
to
then,
being there.
but like, if they're, but here's the thing, if they're just. They're kind of copacetic with it being rentals right now, and then we go, hey, you know, drag them in here. So like, can we let them know that, like, you know, we'd be open to if they wanted to turn it back?
I wouldn't, I'd rather sit down with them rather than make that type of offer.
Not an offer, but is that, you know, like, is that what you're looking to do? Like, why are you not
Well,
coming in?
I'm looking to solve the problem.
No, I'm talking about them. Why are?
You know, whatever works with the town boards.
Roll rolling means they can rent for longer. To do nothing is to, is the path least resistance.
Are we happy with the way the thing is being run now?
I don't know, has anyone known anyone? Yeah.
They currently have
A
4
lot.
units that are listed
Yes.
for rent or advertised for renting right now.
And they're not
As
for a
of,
while or just recently?
I just looked at it.
Just not.
Why are we putting strange restrictions on properties like if you can either own it, if you own it, you can never rent it, or
You
I
can,
mean,
you
it's
can,
just how they.
you can rent a condo. I mean, I own a condo and I rent it out. It's,
We're not, they just asked for it. They asked, this is
They
what we
asked for it.
approved.
specifically.
They came in and would change the project every time. Cause remember, everyone was like, you evict there was like a bunch of elderly people living there and like
Why are they saying these people has to be only for over 55? Why is there any language like that? Why is there?
That's gone.
that's-
That's all gone. That's the.
Why is there any language about it has to be for
Because
rentals or?
like the homeowners
Because that's
association
what they
or
can-
whatever agreement filed with the attorney general. That's how those housing.
As I recall, there's specific regulations surrounding condominiums, specifically from New York State,
The
right?
maintenance of the shared.
So that was the issue.
Largely.
Attorney General is included by.
I mean, you can theoretically,
But you can still rent.
as I said, own all the condos yourself and rent them out, then it becomes a rental. But usually you want to have restrictions on that. Usually condominiums put some type of limitation.
So they're technically not doing anything wrong at the moment. They're allowed to rent them.
I wouldn't concede that point. I think you're in violation of the spirit and intent of the of the approvals of the town, but they're gonna argue that now that they're condos, I mean, when they went through all this process of straightening everything out with the Attorney General's office, they were telling us that they were converting this to a condo facility that's gonna be for sale. It's obvious they're not doing that now, so.
I mean, I know a lot of people that live there. I know of many people that live there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's a
Are they
large
happy with
segment of the
the management?
population,
I think so.
but we have to straighten it out. You can't just ignore us.
Like, so you sent the letter saying you need to come and tell us what your plans are and then just.
Yeah, I mean, if you want, I'll create the letter for you, you know, but I think it should come from planning board chair, not from me.
Okay,
And if they don't show up for the next meeting, we may have to think,
send me a draft and I'll
you know,
see.
What would we think about doing?
we have to serve them with a notice of violation and a cease and desist. No one's gonna be happy.
Well, you don't want that either.
The planning board can't do
The last thing, no.
That'd be
It
misdemeanor.
would be,
One thing at a time. Please come have a conversation with us. Please, please come on Zoom. It's convenient.
no, we can only, ask them to comply with what has been approved. But if we get into enforcement, I mean, I have to take it into Supreme Court or it has to take it into Justice Court. It's gonna get ugly.
Okay.
Look bad.
We already got some bad press the last time, if you remember when
Right.
they were.
And there's now
Yes.
quadruple the amount of
Right.
apartments there. Condos, excuse me.
Okay.
Dale Mitchell's property. There's another can.
Yeah, what's happening there?
Another.
He dropped another building on there, yeah.
Since the last one.
Well, I think it was stuff on
I
that.
thought we were taking them out.
Like mobile homes.
Yeah, just another one.
What are we talking about?
Yeah.
Next to Stewart.
Oh, I just drove by that. It's technically approved.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's gonna be nice.
What are they supposed to say, your model?
I
What
would
is
like
he doing
make
with
a-
all these
Can I
things?
change?
Why did he add 2 more buildings? We don't know.
They're like.
Yeah, I think we need to go find out like what's going on.
But he said the last time he came here, the intention was to get rid of what was on the property. So I went back and I watched the meeting.
Getting more.
Yeah.
New stuff.
Because that property is now essentially encumbered by another plan and another owner soon to be.
it's like the Wild West here. People just do what they want to do.
Well, I've always been that way.
The Hudson Company didn't take ownership.
Yeah, that
I
was funny.
thought they owned it.
did, but I don't know.
They might be waiting, right? That
I
they have a lot
thought
of
they
stuff
own
that
it.
has
No,
to
but he
go
definitely owns he definitely owns the other parcel, the parcel with the
because
building.
the for sale sign is still there.
And he owns that part, but he gave him 2 years. He agreed to 2 years.
2-year lease with,
Yeah, he said that.
Yeah.
He said that.
It's for Dale to sell all his stuff.
Yeah.
Bring new stuff in and sell it.
Anyway, and is there anything else?
yes, all right, one other thing I just want to mention, is the, I noticed this scaffolding came out at the Civic Center, right?
Yeah, on the east.
The scaffolding came down at
Something, but there's still a little bit there.
Is it all gonna be coming down, or are they still using site?
Everything at the very back, I think, that's gonna stay a little bit longer. That's there, anything, heating system on it.
But all the side stuff's gonna,
Not all sides, there's a little bit on one side.
oh. That still has to stay.
That not for much longer, they said.
Are they going to do the plan in the back,
They
like?
spoke to.
Mhm.
I mean, they move very slow.
Famous last words.
They,
Oh, it had been non-profit.
The Hudson Company does own the property now,
It does.
and they own the portion that they got from Dale.
Right, that's what I
That's
thought.
reflected here.
Okay. All right, anything else, anyone? No, okay, so I just want to ask for a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Wait for after executive session?
We're going to.
I don't know, what are we in?
Attorney client session.
Motion to adjourn.
So.
All in favor?